Hi everybody, today we're going to talk about lane keeping assist. So we're using a Caravelle behind me. It's based on the same platform anyway as California, so no differences there. We'll take the vehicle out for a drive, show you what it actually does, and how it actually operates. It's in there, talk you through what you do on the dash and things like that as well. But to start with, let's show you the outside of the vehicle, so the easy ways to see whether you've got it or not and how it actually uses the information which it has. So this vehicle behind me has got lane keeping assist as standard. It's also got side assist as well, which is done off the parking sensors. So you'll always have a parking sensor here on the front, and you'll also have one down at the rear. It's here, and obviously you've got a combination of the ones around the back. And what those sensors are doing is monitoring the space, which is down here. Is one of the things that it's doing, and obviously as well, keeping the vehicle in the road, which is what things like, for example, your radar on the front is doing, and the combination of all the vehicles systems on there on both sides, for example, on your lane assist as well, because you've got these sensors on the other side. So let's have a look on the dash, show you how you activate it, deactivate it if you want to turn it off for any reason. That there are certain circumstances where it can be a little annoying, depending on where you're driving, especially if you're not in actual designated lanes, for example, and doesn't quite know where you are. Sometimes it's a bit confusing, but for the majority of the time it's a really good system. If you're on longer journeys and things like that as well, if you do creep out of your lane slightly, for example, it just nudges you back in to where you should be. That's there. So it's a great safety feature, and obviously part of this is to do with autonomous driving, which is obviously that's way into the future, but they're using all these type of systems to get to that point, and that's where it's all leading to. So you don't need to activate and deactivate lane keeping assist. It's on all the time. Obviously you can turn it off. If you turn it off, you'll have to turn it back on again, but it doesn't deactivate itself when you get out of your vehicle and get back in again. So my advice is have it on, leave it on. So it's all done off your main section of your dash here. So by moving the buttons on either side of your steering wheel, these two here, which go through your different functions that's in there, so your navigation, audio, telephone, vehicle status, for example, driving data. We've then got assist systems that's there. If you press the down key, that will take you through your systems thing. So lane assist, we've got a tick because it's activated, that's there. Speed, you've got ACC and limiter in there as well, and side assist. But if you did want to turn off the side assist, you just press the OK button, takes the little tick out, and that's deactivated that particular system. But as I said, I'd have them on all the time. That's there as well. Further down there, you've got your other systems as well. So front assist, for example, which is to do with braking in emergencies. It's in there. So you want anything that's in there, you want them left ticked most of the time. That's there as well. So that's how you activate it through the actual dash itself with your controls on here as well. You can activate it through the screen as well. So this has got the Pro version screen that's in here. So on your main menu, so your menu button at the top on your main menu, you go to driver assistance, that's in there, and it shows you a picture of the vehicle. And if you click on settings down here at the bottom, and again this will show you all your different safety features or driver assistance systems, and the one we're looking at today obviously is lane assist on here, and obviously you can turn it off as well. That's deactivated it or activated it. So that system's now active. So if we go for a drive, we can show you what the system actually does, but to talk to you about it first, it gives you an idea, and then you can see how you see when we're driving along. So lane keeping assist is to keep you in the lane. It's probably pretty obvious, but I'll say it anyway. So you're driving along dual carriageway, motorway, for example, that's in there. You want to change lanes, you switch your indicator on to change lanes. By switching your indicator on, that deactivates the system, allows you to move out into the next lane, turn your indicator off, and then it will come back on again, and you get a green light on your dash that tells you that the system is active and working okay. If, for example, that you try to move out into that lane without indicating, the steering wheel itself will just nudge you back, so you just feel it nudge and turn back that way, for example, or the other way, depending on which lane you're actually trying to move into, and you'll get an orange symbol on your dash at that point. It's just that you have a feeling in your steering wheel that it's moving it back into there, but it will let you move into the other lane. So it's not that it won't stop, or it's, from a safety perspective, if you're going over to that lane. It's not a problem from that side of it. But the idea being, if you were, for example, dozing off, or you were tired, or the sun was in your eyes and you weren't quite sure where you are on the lane, there's lots of different reasons that system would just give you that jolt just to make sure and move you back into the lane which you were in the first place. So it's a really good safety feature. It's standard on a lot of the vehicles that we do. Optional extra on some others, and obviously depending on pricing whether you feel that's worth it or not on the other vehicles. But as I said, on the Caravelle on here, this particular vehicle's got it, and I do recommend it. It is a good option if it's standard with the vehicle. So on a dual carriage right now, travelling along at about 50 miles an hour. The green light's on, so lane assist is working. There's nothing to my right at all now, but if I move out the lane, the steering wheel just moves ever so much back and it goes orange, the light. So it's actually brought me back in. So if I want to move back into the lane now, you indicate. That deactivates the system and allows you to move. And then once you're back in your lane, then it'll reactivate itself automatically. So if I try and change lanes without indicating, do you notice the little nudge on the steering wheel there? You just nudge the steering wheel back a bit. So again, you do it again here. Just nudges the steering wheel back. So the idea of the system, very simplistic, really is if, for example, you were nodding off, or you were weaving in between the lanes slightly, what it's doing is it's keeping you in that lane. So whichever way you are, it's going to nudge you back and forth in. So a bit busier here, so I just indicate to move back over again. Turn the indicator back off again, and the system's back active again now. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video looking at lane assist. If you've got any questions or queries on it, pop them in the comments box below. So if you enjoyed today's video, give us a thumbs up, give us a like. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe, and we'll see you again next time.